It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll watch the Charlotte Hornets in this one as they go up against the Indiana Pacers. Checking out the Pacers, they'd love to get back on a winning track. 7 losses in their last 8 games. That is not going to get it done, and they know it. One of the guys to watch tonight, Monte Ellis, such an explosive player at times, really dangerous when the fourth quarter rolls around, Shaq.
Yeah, Ellis, a.k.a. Baby AI, still has the speed to force defenders off of him. He's improved in the mid-range game also, but he can punish teams, especially if they disrespect him and give him space.
Well, the best thing that he can do is create for himself. That is a talent, to be able to get that many shots off at that clip, because consistently he can get off 4 or 5 shots in 5 possessions. That's impressive.
Live from Charlotte, North Carolina, 2K Sports proudly brings you the Hornets at the Time Warner Cable Arena. Last game for the Hornets, they picked up the W against the Heat in Miami. And just one look at the score tells you all you need to know. They were dominant in just about every area.
And they may have been on the road, but you know what? They nullified any home court disadvantage in that game by how well they shot it from 3.
Shooting can always be a great equalizer. I mean, when you shoot like that from outside, it really makes winning on the road a lot easier.
And the Pacers start off with the ball. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. On the court for Indiana, they've got Paul George. Ellis is out there with George Hill. Then it's Turner, and it's Underwood in at the 4 spot. And so here's Charlotte. Takes the 13-footer, hits the front of the rim and out. On defense, Charlotte. Ellis outside. Again, the miss by Ellis. Well, Doris, an interesting game. Moments ago, you had a chance to talk with head coach Frank Vogel. What do you have to say?
Kevin, he told me he stressed to his players that what he wanted more than anything tonight was the extra pass. He said, we have a lot of guys on this roster that can be factors on offense. As long as we're keeping everyone involved, we can overwhelm teams with our scoring. Let's see if they can keep the rock moving and share the ball, guys.
Thank you, Doris. And guys, the focus being on the offensive side of things, they obviously don't want to let their defensive guard down, so to speak, can they?
No, they're still going to have to be sharp on the defensive side of the floor. It's just that getting into a rhythm offensively is going to be the main focus here early on.
I'm with you on that mindset, but it does leave the door open for them to be taken advantage of at the defensive end. He's a dead eye at the line, fellas. Just call him automatic. He doesn't miss many of those.
That is good.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of backs. Now that's the way it's done. Take it up high and throw it down with everything you got.
That's right. Clark, he was not going to take the soft approach on that drive.
I would certainly hope not. I mean, you get that kind of opportunity with little resistance from the defense, you got to take it.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. Dishes to Freak. Here's Jefferson. That is good. Jefferson's got his first points of the game. The Pacers have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Now here is Hill. His last outing, he had 8 points. The shot by George, wide open. No good from outside.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
And it's Freak missing. Freak's gone 1 of 3 on the night. And it's Hill. That time the assist by George.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
Freak dishes to Jefferson. Soft touch off the glass. Jefferson's got his second basket of the night.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control a team's transition.
And that one's good, Ellis.
Great screen that time by George. Well done.
Charlotte in the lead. Pass to Freak. Over to the left wing. Charlotte moving the ball around. Jefferson on top. Uncovered. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Ellis goes in. Here's Turner. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here. The Pacers shooting their first free throws of the game right now.
Not really where you'd like to be as a team in terms of free throw shooting, just about 73%.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement, so that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
All free throws good from Turner.
Well, as far as the league's big men go, he's one of the very best at the foul line.
Walker against Hill. Now the pass to Fowler. Walker with a clean look. Drills it from outside.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Pick up by Hill. They set the pick. George passes to Underwood. It's Hill on the wing, guarded by Walker. Hill kicks to George. Indiana again missing.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, it seemed like he had great rhythm on that. You can see the disappointment in his face.
And that one's good.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
The 19-foot shot. And it's George again missing.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him.
And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here. And the Hornets making a change here. Kaminsky's checked in.
Substitution. Indiana calls timeout. All right, Charlotte, now enter the court for your viewing entertainment. The Hornets dance team. Make some noise!
And now the 2K leaderboard, a list of the teams that have rebounded the ball tremendously over the last 10 games. Number one, the Pacers.
Kevin, that's been a nice run lately. They're making a strong effort on the board, and it's working and paying dividends for them.
And the Hornets making a change here. Batum's checked in. Baseline try. Here's Stokes, and Jefferson sends it back. And here's Walker. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Foul. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. And that's now 10 points for Freak.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start.
Pass to Underwood. Out to the wing. In the corner, Stokes with it. Clock at 6. Can they get it? And George gets it to go.
What handles? He broke the D down to the ground with that move.
Looking at the last game for the Indiana Pacers, it was a loss to Detroit.
Yeah, and listen, you have to take advantage of the freebies. And on that night, they did not, and that is why they just could not recover.
Exactly. I mean, they left too much cheese at the foul line. And in the end, it mattered on the scoreboard and cost them.
Pacers trail by 10. Passes it to Underwood. Carl Bolden guarded by Walker. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. Pacers have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. And he makes the first. Some changes for Charlotte. Hardaway comes in for Al Jefferson. And it's Rivers in for Kemba Walker. And a change for the Pacers. A.J. McCollum, he's checked in for George. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
.144 left here in the first quarter. And here's Covington from the arc. No good. And Charlotte will come the other way. They went to Indiana for their last meeting with the Pacers and came out with a win.
And even in hostile territory, as they were that day, they had no jitters at all. I mean, the confidence kept growing as the shots kept falling.
And they were falling big time. I mean, from the top to the bottom of that roster, everybody was locked, loaded, and spraying jumpers.
Hornets leading by 9. Here's Fowler. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Some nice passing here by Indiana. Here's Covington, defended by Batum. Covington kicks to Stokes. Lets it go from 14. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Stokes has got his first 2 points of the night. Rivers dishes to Hardaway. Here's Fowler outside for Batum. And there's another one for the Hornets.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Pacers trail by 11. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. They set the screen. McCollum with the ball. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. To the inside. Here's Stokes. And it's Freak with the rebound.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
There's the bucket. Good.
He couldn't have dreamed of a much better start here than they've had today.
I think the offensive game plan they came in with was right on point. It's worked perfectly, and the lead they already have is proof.
All right, Charlotte, now entering the court for your viewing.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Hornets.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
Another thing they've been able to really get going so far tonight has been the 3 ball, the long-range shooting.
On the court for the Pacers as our second quarter gets underway. They've got Turner, George Hill out there with Ellis. Then it's Paul George, and it's Stokes into the 4. Good on the shot. George has got his second bucket.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Heat was simply terrific. He ended up with 68 points, as he usually does, really knocking down shots from beyond the arc. Absolutely amazing numbers from him in what was truly a memorable performance for him and for us, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thanks so much for the report. You had to just marvel, guys, at what he was able to do that night, didn't you?
You know what? It was the game of basketball being played at its highest level. No question who their MVP was in that win.
No question whatsoever, Greg. I mean, that's a performance he and his fans will remember for a long, long time.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Freak.
And what a tremendous game for Freak. He has 15 points and a huge helping of assists as well.
No doubt about it. He's the conductor, the band leader, Clark, and this offense has really performed at a high level.
Kemba Walker's checked in for Rivers. And both free throws good from Freak. Pacers trail by 15. Now Hill. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. And here's George for 3. That doesn't go either for George.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle, and that's held true in this one so far.
And Clark, their effort on the glass has given them the advantage, but it's also been the effort in general that's made a difference.
And while we can, let's find out a little bit about the shooting guards around the league and which of them have had the most assists over the last 10 games. Freak, number 1. And, of course, Monte Ellis.
And that, the players, just goes to show that great passing doesn't just come from the point. The way...
Pacers trail by 12. Kicks to McCollum. Great D that time from Fowler. The Hornets have gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. Here's Batum. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And with the break in the action, let's look at the stats for Hardaway. First in scoring, first in three-point field goal percentage. And of course, he's second in the league rebounds per game. His work ethic on the glass, unmatched.
And I tell you what, his scoring abilities are almost otherworldly. I mean, no one's been able to slow him down or even come close.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Nicholas Batum.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical.
And both free throws good for Nicholas Batum. Pacers trail by 14.
2 minutes remaining in the period.
Garibaldi covered by Fowler. The pass to Underwood. Out left to the wing. Here's Covington. He's coming off a 10-point game against Detroit.
And he also made his presence felt on the defensive side as well. 3 block shots were registered in that game. Yeah, not afraid of the physical play, but he still needs to stay under control.
Yeah, he obviously was not under control right there. Not much doubt he was going to get whistled for the over-the-back call.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And he makes both free throws. Pacers trail by 16. To the left side wing. They set the pick. Now the dish to Turner. Pass to Underwood to stop the run. Can't get it to go. Good D by Hardaway. Hornets leading by 16. And Rivers with the basket on the assist from Batum.
And they've done a great job of just keeping the pressure up on the scoreboard.
And that's why they're starting to pull away. I mean, not becoming conservative at all. Just adding to the lead. I love seeing a team do that.
And here's Covington from the arc, but they recover it. That's good. 8 points for Miles Turner.
Still trailing, but their offense is off life support here in the second quarter. It's got a pulse.
Good point, Clark. They're starting to make some shots, looking to try and get back in this one.
Here's Fowler. Wow, we're going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Kevin. That was special.
My goodness, that was almost a circus-like dunk.
Pacers trail by 18. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Here's Rivers. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc, and boy, are they taking advantage.
And fellas, in this quarter, he's improved on what was already a very good performance in period number 1.
Indiana shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. That's good from Turner. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. And a wide open look for Freak. Off target with his 3. Indiana's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter. Just 2 of 6 from long range. Turner with a screen on Batum. 1 second left. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Hornets ahead, leading by 17. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, what a great job you did, both moving the ball and passing it and scoring it. What has been the key for you to this point?
I've just been trying to take what the defense gives me, really. I know I can't just try and go right at them every time, but if they give me a look, I'll shoot it. Otherwise, I'm just trying to keep the ball moving.
Well, thank you for your time, Kevin. We'll see what the rest of the league has to say about that.
All right, Doris, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow here on 2K Sports.
Hey guys, great execution in the first half, but we still have a few things to talk about before we go back out there.
Well, we've established a clear dominance on the interior at the offensive end.
And until they prove they can stop our inside game, we have to continue to pound it into the post. I'll give you a compliment, though. The ball movement's been excellent. Love how many buckets we're getting off assists. And let's keep the pace deliberate when we start this half. I want to see us get settled in, not trying to do too much too soon. And that's all I wanted to go over with you. Let's go play a good half of basketball.
All right, Charlotte, now entering the court.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
That slasher mentality was on display in that first half. He got to the rim consistently.
Boy, I tell you what, he's got that great first step, and he must have had some quickness porridge or something because he looks a little faster today than normal.
Hornets leading by 17. Foul in a two-guard. Also Kemba Walker out there. Al Jefferson out there with Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And it's Francis in at the power forward position. And that's the group for Steve Clifford as we begin the second half. Stolen by Walker. And Walker with a clear path to the hoop. Lays it in off the breakaway. Walker's got 5. Pacers trail by 21. Outside Hill. Now here is George. Turner with a screen on Kidd-Gilchrist. And George, here we go. Shot clock at 5. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Freak's got his 5th rebound in this one. Walker the pass to Fowler. The second chance effort. And the layup good by Jefferson. Jefferson's got 4 points in the quarter.
8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
And really, there is no resistance defensively right now. It is just far too easy.
Back to Ellis. It's tipped. Kidd-Gilchrist with the steal. Now here's Freak. He's guarded by Hill. And here's Freak. He's got 21. Excellent D there from Hill. On the wing, Ellis for the 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
It's been a cold spell for them coming out of the half, missing their first 3 shots. A tough start.
And Walker kicks to Freak. And he drew the blocking foul. He'll go to the line for 2. Now we have a chance to see the teams that have been the NBA's best three-point shooters this month. The Hornets, number 1.
And right now, their three-point shooters are in terrific rhythm. I mean, they've put on a display here from long range.
Going to the line. Free. Shooting 2.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
Free throw, good. Freak. Stokes is checked in for Turner.
Stay on him.
And both free throws good from Freak. The Pacers have gone 0 of 3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half.
All right, Charlotte. Now
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Frank Vogel addressing his team. He made it clear that their offense needed to run through Paul George. Coach is looking for big things from him throughout the rest of this game on the offensive end. A lot of the scoring burden will fall on him. Well, they need to make something happen before the start of the fourth quarter, and maybe those changes will do the trick, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Freak with it. George picks him up. Freak kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Just 5 on the clock. Walker releases from the wing and drills it. Walker's got his third bucket of the night. Pacer shooting has been wayward so far. Only 37% from the floor.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
And here's Charlotte. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much.
Good. Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Hill kicks to Ellis. They set the pick. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good. Ellis has got 7 points.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
It's deflected. Paul George with the steal. Ellis kicks to Hill. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Pick up by Hill. And George, here we go.
Well, how about Paul George in this one? He's got 11 points and some big-time defense with the 3 steals, too. Whether it's making the tough pass or coming up with the steal, he's been able to do it.
You're right on with that. He's had a great feel, really, for his teammates as well as the opponent.
Justin Holiday's checked in for Charlotte. And he's good on the second. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. And it's Freak missing.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Shots good by Ellis.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
To the middle, the kick out to Holiday. Feeds it to Kid Gilchrist. George dishes to Hill. And that one comes up a bit short. Hornets leading by 23. Freak with it. He's picked up by Hill. Francis passes to Fowler. Clock at 6. Shoots from the line. It's deflected.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Hill, no good.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Lets it go from deep. And it's Freak missing. The Pacers shooting pretty terrible here in the third quarter at around 30%. Here's the screen. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Charlotte has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. And there's the feed to Holiday. Kaminsky kicks to Freak. He dishes it to Batum. Pass to Freak. Now here's Kaminsky. 5 to shoot. Freak passes to Batum. Here's Kid Gilchrist. Off the left rim and out. And Indiana shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. Garibaldi guarded by Holiday. Here's Stokes. Can't get it to go. Good D by Holiday. Hornets leading by 23. Here's Fowler. Kaminsky dishes to Holiday. Now here's Freak. He's tightly guarded. To end the drought. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
He has really shot the ball extremely well, as you'd expect. Like we say, he's been making sweet string music all day long. Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
Inside, here's Kaminsky. And yes, sir, that one drops. Kaminsky's got his second bucket of the night. Indiana's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Passes it to Underwood. He feeds it to Ellis. Goes up on the high post, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Ellis has got 11. Charlotte has gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Freak with it, and he has 28 points for the game. Shoots. It's rebounded by Indiana.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor choice there.
And it's George finishing it off.
An offensive mastery right there. I mean, great move in the lane and then the flush.
But just no way for the D to handle it.
Well, I tell you what, you just got to sit back and admire the creativity there.
And he is the ultimate when it comes to being a floor leader on the offensive end.
Yeah, you know, he's got a little bit of Greg Anthony in him, and he has been that leader today. I think he's done a really nice job of moving the ball and distributing it the way it needs to be done.
Yeah, well, Clark, I'm glad you referenced specifically why you thought he had a little Greg Anthony. I thought you were talking about knees. He looked a little hobbled out there for a moment. And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case. It looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. It's Charlotte running away with it. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a 1. And Indiana making a change here. 3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. On the court right now for the Pacers. They've got McCollum, also George Hill out there. Robert Covington out there with Turner. And it's Underwood in at the 4 slot. Out to the right wing from the arc. That's good. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
There's been a change in his game compared to what we saw in the first half. I mean, he's scoring with a lot of confidence now.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. Rivers kicks to Freak. 4 on the shot clock. To the left side wing. Hardaway for 3. And once again off the mark by Charlotte. For Indiana, they've gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. McCollum with the ball. Picked up by Rivers. McCollum no good. Hornets leading by 22. Down low. It's stolen by Hill. He kicks to McCollum. Tries from 10. The pass to Underwood. Here's Covington. Guarded by Hardaway. Another shot. Misses off the right iron. Charlotte has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Charlotte.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
I've been impressed with how well they've penetrated tonight, too.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime? Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Jefferson's checked in for McCullough. Kid Gilchrist comes in for Hardaway. And it's Kemba Walker in for Rivers. Ellis can't get it to go.
One made 3 formed for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
And that one's good. Freak.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
Hill passes to Ellis. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Not phased at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Hardaway's checked in for the Hornets. And the Pacers also making a change. Stokes is checked in. Freak kicks to Jefferson. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
You know, he's not your typical NBA center in terms of height, guys, but he plays as big as any of them, thanks to his incredible bounce ability.
Shoots from 14. Offensive rebound. Stokes. The stupendous finish in traffic.
Just a grinder. Always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Down low. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
That's his second personal foul. Going to the line.
Free throw good. Freak. Turner's checked in for Indiana. And he makes both free throws. And so here is Indiana. Now Ellis. Indiana moving the ball around. Pick up by Hill. 6 to shoot. And here's George for 3. That will fall for his 7th bucket. 7 for 15 in this game.
That was George Hill getting in the way of the D right there.
Ellis on the double team. Freak with it. Picked up by Ellis.
Jump ball.
So it's the Pacers now. Indiana's gotten 3 of their 6 3-pointers to fall here in the 4th. The shot is off. And the Hornets now going the other way.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Here's Fowler. Outside Kid Gilchrist. Over to the left wing. Clock at 6. Here's Fowler. Got it. Good job in the low post. Freak's got 8 points in the quarter.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Charlotte.
But, Steve, you know, you don't see this kind of a blowout often. But tonight, this is a quality win across the board to deliver out, Clark, this kind of punishment to
Well,
him.
you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. They kept the pressure on and clearly were dominant in every area.
And so checking out their record tonight, it'll mark win number 32 overall.
And once they polish off this win, they'll be one more victory away from sweeping the season series.
And this isn't one of those mini series either. I mean, this is a 4-gamer. As hard as it is to beat a team 3 times in a row, it's even harder to do it 4 straight.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Freak. He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again. And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
And there's McCollum. That's good on the assist by Hill.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
43 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Dishes to Freak. Kicks it to Holiday. Pass to Rivers. Feeds to Freak. Dixon grabs the board.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
Here's Fowler. Misses the wing J. Here's Hill. And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and Clark the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
Well, I think these fans, too, Kevin, gave their team a tremendous lift. I mean, they never gave up on them. From the opening tip until the end of the game, they were in it. And that certainly helped this crew get to the W.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, once again, your ability to make plays with your passing was a major factor in this one. How did you get the offense clicking?
Hey, listen, don't tell anyone, but I don't really think it's been me that's been getting this team going. There's so many great scorers on our roster that I think almost anyone who can throw a pass can look good with the way this team finishes.
Well done. Kevin, over to you.
Doris, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now we'll go to the studio with the award-winning Ernie Johnson.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Freak. Just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge factor.
He was dazzling tonight, guys. Even his opponents were looking at him going, wow, you're tearing us up tonight.
When Freak puts it all together, it's no contest to who the best player on the court is. He was outstanding tonight. His feel and understanding of the game were on display.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.
Sports.